Hi, I'm Dan Knosson, retired Navy SEAL. I'm here in San Diego getting ready to surf.
Hi, I'm Kyle Bucket. I'm an active duty Navy SEAL, and I make customized surfing equipment for wounded and disabled veterans. Today we're at Cardiff State Beach getting ready to go out with one of our riders, Dan Knosson, and one of our great buddies.
This is my first time at this beach. I'm just happy to be in the water. Today's the first day with this new board.
Tell me about your friendship with Kyle.
I knew Kyle from the Navy. We've known each other since probably 2005.
He was on the East Coast going back to school. I'm out here, and then I found out he was starting to surf and getting into the sport of surfing. And I was like, man, you know, we got to reconnect.
He's an amazing guy. He's been teaching me a lot about where to position myself and try to get out to San Diego every year now to surf with him.
I always love hitting the waves with Dan because he's pushing me, I'm pushing him. And so it's through this love of common ground of surfing that we've really rekindled our friendship.
When I surf, I don't want to come back on land. It's quite nice to be on the ocean and kind of weightless and feeling the energy of the ocean and being around other people. When I come back on land and I change out and I feel a bit more disabled, but when I'm out on the water, I don't really feel that much different.
As a Navy SEAL, and you served time overseas.
I was actually in advance of the rest of my platoon. This was at night in southern Afghanistan, a pretty remote location, and stepped on an IED. The blast was quite severe. I was in a coma for about 8 days, and I woke up and I'm back in Bethesda, Maryland at a naval hospital. I can't get out of a wheelchair. I have a ruptured bladder, colostomy bag, broken hands, shattered pelvis really with an external fixator, 2 legs amputated above the knee. At that point, this is pretty much ground zero. I told myself in the hospital, I am just sick of being indoors all day. You know, I was craving fresh air, craving the outdoors, and then nature. I got into Paralympic sports. I'm in the sitting category for the Paralympic team. It's an honor to represent the US, but what I was really missing was the reconnection with the ocean.
When we went out with Dan, we watched, surfing with him and having fun. We were looking at how he was actually surfing, and we said, you know what? We're gonna be able to help him take his surfing to a whole nother level.
We started collaborating about how could we make a custom surfboard that would work to fit my unique center of gravity, my unique body shape.
We've learned so much that's not just helping Dan, but it's helping every single one of the veterans that we serve.
I think we've really hit the nail on the head with this latest design right here.
What is one more wave?
When we heard that the veteran suicide rate was averaging 22 a day, we said, hey, our favorite form of therapy is getting out there and surfing. So what we do is we build our wounded, disabled veterans customized surfing equipment that we tailor to their individual need, their individual requirement, in an effort to get them back out there and getting them some more waves.
Especially after an injury, I think it's been really great for me to get back on the ocean and reclaim that part of me that was always going out. I can think of waves that I've caught in Mexico or in Indonesia, here in San Diego, and I had the biggest smile on my face, and really makes me feel alive and intense.
What do all surfers, regardless of disability, have in common?
Each one of us has that drive, that desire to excel on the next wave.
Surfers just love the ocean and love nature and respect the ocean.
I'm Michael Koenigs, the host of More in Common. And if you have a story idea, be sure to comment below and subscribe for our next episode.